If I told you that there were 1,000 89-year-old grandmothers out in the parking lot right now, and one of them happened to be my mother, she's a little over 5 feet tall, wears about a 7 shoe, has beautiful white hair, and is just a lovely woman. Could you go out and select my mom out of those 1,000 people? I think that'd be a pretty hard assignment. But I could go out and in a matter of seconds, I could find my mom and give her a big hug and a kiss, because I know my mom. You only know about her. I know her, and there's a world of difference between knowing about something and actually knowing it. We've all heard the old sayings that there's 100 men who know about and believe in an honesty for every honest man. Likewise, there's 100 people who believe in exercise and know about exercise for every exerciser. And there's 100 people who believe in good nutrition for every person who eats healthy. That's the reason that there's 100 people who want to be healthy for every actually healthy person. Knowing about something really is just a spectator sport, whereas really knowing something is left to those who perform. I know about climbing Mount Everest. I've seen it depicted in movies, on TV, and in National Geographic, but I've never set one foot on that mountain. I don't know what it's like to be at those altitudes and with rarefied air and have searing cold and hurricane-type winds. And frankly, that's not something that I really care to do. So as far as climbing Mount Everest, I'm just real happy to be a spectator. I do know about marathon running, though. I know what it's like to prepare day in and day out when you're sore and bone-tired. I know about blisters, I know about hitting the wall, and I know about every step that it takes to run 26 miles. As far as running a marathon, I know. Recently, we saw 1 billion spectators watching the Olympics and those who had prepared, many of them for their entire lives. Do we really believe that sitting in the stands or laying on the couch watching others perform, that we gain anything in terms of experience or the thrill of victory or the agony of defeat as they experience? My dad was a great athlete when he was young, but as he got older, he gained weight, stopped exercising, and really got out of shape. I can remember to deal with that, every now and then he would go out and he would buy some exercise equipment to deal with the guilt. He'd never use it, but I think it made him feel a little less guilty to just go out and do that. I got a lot of really nice free exercise equipment that way. It reminds me of the man who read that smoking causes cancer, and of course he didn't want cancer, and so he stopped reading. Why do we do what we do when we know what we know? If you want an interesting exercise, go to your supermarket sometime and just stand near the checkout stand and see what people have in their carts. I think you'll be surprised at the amount of soda and Lucky Charms that pass through. Does anyone believe that eating Twinkies and Cheetos, hot dogs and French fries and Krispy Kremes, and then washing them down with a Red Bull or a Rockstar is going to make us healthy? Of course not. Then why is it that so many of us do that? When I've asked people, they say, well, it's just a habit, it's a bad habit. And bad habits are hard to change. I remember reading about a certain chain smoker in the hospital actually dying of lung cancer and emphysema, who literally wore a hole in the pocket of his pajamas, reaching for that pack of cigarettes that wasn't there. He'd done it so many times through years and decades that it had become a habit. And even though he knew it wasn't good for him, it was now killing him, it was a habit that continued on. I believe that we can replace our bad habits with good habits. One would certainly be to fill our shopping carts with fresh fruits and vegetables and Sunwarrior superfoods. Do you really want to just know about good health, or do you want to know good health? The choice is up to you.